There's two options for you. You either enter in the boat, you cross to Libya, or you die in the river, or they shoot you to death at the bank side before departure. So when I was debating in mind, what should I do? Should I reject them, or should I? Let me just enter. I just enter in the boat. Then I put everything in the hands of God. It's like the whole journey from Libya to cross the Mediterranean Sea. It took me 3 days. 3 days. Then I was rescued by the Italian navies. Yeah. Then it's always 3 days. I can say it took us 3 days, and then it was very risky. It's like I was next to death because it's a very small floatable boat like that where 106 people were loaded in the boat. The real capacity of that boat should not be more than 40 people, and then we were loaded. 106 people were loaded in that boat, so it's twice of the capacity of the boat. So it was too risky, and then we didn't have enough foodstuffs with us, no water that could guarantee us for quite a long time.
From Gambia, you have to go to Senegal. Senegal, you have to pass through Mali. From Mali, Burkina. From Burkina, Niger. From Niger, you have to take the desert. From the desert, when you reach in the first place in Libya, you think that you are already in Libya, but you are not in Libya, because that is a village, I have to say, by the place called Baye, the first village in Libya when you took this back way. When you enter that place again, you have to spend much time there to enter Tripoli, to have this connection, have to reach Italy, all those things. See, it's a big stress for somebody like us. Because to enter Italy is a financial, then to enter all these village, you have to get some money to enter country to country. So it's not easy. It's not easy. If you don't have anybody at your back to help you or whatsoever, you have to go so many constraints for somebody like us.
Well, the journey was it was a desperate journey. It was not that too good because it has to do with life. One may lost his life during the journey. Only few people to survive the journey, so it's very desperate.
We're not planning to come to Europe, right? The situation in Nigeria took us away from Nigeria instead. So when we got to a country called Libya, so my husband was working with a man, and I used to work in their house. Maybe they need someone to clean the house, everything. But when you work with them, they don't pay you. They look at you as if you are a nuisance. They took someone for granted. They do you the way they like. There's no human right. They just do you the way they like.
There are around 460 people who are landing now from several countries. We have people from sub-Saharan Africa, but also from Syria, from Bangladesh. All these people coming from really very different nationalities. They are all coming from a desperate situation. They're still forced to this trip in the sea because unfortunately still there are no alternative to death. So the conditions are really bad in their origin country, so they don't have other choice. Moreover, the situation in Libya is worsening and worsening. Every time they tell us about all the violence they have been through all the way, but especially in Libya, more and more. And this is one of the main reasons why the people are really forced now to leave Libya in any way, even if they know that they are risking their life. Yesterday we were in Augusta, which is another main landing point, and there we have received people who have survived to another terrible shipwreck where more than 40 people lost their life. So unfortunately this is happening again and again, but still this risk of life doesn't stop people to come, because anyway they know that the risk is still lower than to stay in their origin countries. We observe a lot of symptoms related to the violence they have been through, so a lot of wounds, burns, fractures, orthopedic problems. And then we observe also chronic diseases, especially in the Syrian population, that we were not used to see before. So mainly we see this group of diseases: poor hygiene related diseases, violence related diseases, and then with the Syrians also chronic diseases.
They will collect money from you and force you to enter in the boat without your consent. But most of the people don't understand. Some of the people think that, most of the people come here, for the pleasure of sighting a better living. But others, we are forced. If you insist, they shoot you. You are shot to death. So you have to sacrifice. Either die in the river, or there's two options for you. You either enter in the boat, you cross the Libya, or you die in the river, or they shoot you to death at the bank side before departure. So when I was debating in mind, what should I do? Should I reject them, or should I, let me just enter? I just enter in the boat. Then I put everything in the hands of God.
By the time I was coming, at my own time, I'm the only Gambian in our boat, 4 Ghanaian, all the rest is Malian. So it's a big difficulty for me at that time. It's just have patience, which now I thank God I'm in safer hand for these people. Because it's not easy. And me too, on the way coming, just after when I came, one of my boys too passed away. Because I live in Libya, and from Libya, we separate each other. But unfortunately, when on the way coming, he passed away. So it's not easy.
It's a big adventure in my life. It's like I still have a story to tell. It's a story for me, and it's a big experience for me too. It's a big experience that I've gone through. Though it's very risky and it's very hard. Yeah, we are tightly packed together, just like goods, not humans, but goods. Yeah, we are tightly packed together, no space, no nothing. You cannot even straighten your muscles, your legs. No, you cannot move just even an inch. We are tightly packed together. And then you have to obey. You have to obey. Because at the seaport, when we reach at the seaside in Libya, I set my eyes on the boats. It's like I was totally discouraged. And I look at the number of people that are going to be loaded in that boat. But if you want to back up, that's the end of you. Yeah, that's the end of you. That's not a lie. It's very true, because those smuggling people there, they are gunmen. They are having guns. Libyan soldiers and navies, they are having guns.
So why do you think they do it? Do you think they only do it for the money, or do they think they have any idea of helping people?
Not helping people. No. They are doing it for their personal interest.
sett 600 mennesker på en trebåt som også i utgangspunktet er laget for at man skal ha 10 personer på. Så sier det seg selv at de båtene de er på siste reis, og heldigvis så er noen av dem på siste reis før vi finner dem, og synker før vi får til jakta.
Still today I have in mind the landing of yesterday. As I told you, it was a very touching one because people really lost their lives. I talked with the guy, 17 years old, from Gambia. In the shipwreck, he lost his 3 brothers and his best friend. His sister was already been killed in Libya after she has been raped 3 days by the Libyans, and then she was killed. And when I asked the boy, do you want to call at home someone to say that you are alive? He said, I don't have anybody to call anymore, I'm alone. So this, cannot leave us indifferent. So.
Det mange av de flyktningene her sier at vi er villige til å ta den risken her, for det er mye bedre å drukne i Middelhavet enn å dra tilbake til Libya. Det er ingen av dem som ønsker å være i Libya, og noen har vært der i flere måneder, noen få har også vært der i flere år. Og de jobber, de får ikke noe lønn, de lever i helt vanvittige forhold. Mange av dem har ikke sett utsida av det huset hvor de blir satt på flere uker, noen opp til flere måneder. De historiene vi får, det er sånn at de må gå og sette meg og puste ut etterpå. For det bare fortsetter og det er så mange ting som kommer som du ikke vil høre. De historiene er på det nivået at vi må tilby psykologisk hjelp til mine ansatte, til våre ansatte, når de er ferdig med oppdraget sitt. Fordi at de har hørt det her direkte fra dem som har opplevd det selv.
Some years back, when there was war, it was so terrible. What I encountered was so much that made me cut off my mark and say I'm not going to stay in the country because they were killing people in front of me. But unfortunately, I was among those who were rescued. They handcuffed me. But the orders of my neighbors and my friends, they picked on where we were inside our house. They were all killed during the war. So that was the initial time I started planning a way to live away from Libya. That was Libya that we were before. So that's when I started making plans to leave Libya to Europe.
How was things in Libya?
Things were very rough there. It has to do with life. There's no peace, Even the people we were working for, we did not even know. They just did not pay us. They just put us inside the boat, cover our eyes,
De har vært gjennom traumer, de har vært gjennom en reise som for mange av dem er den største risikoen de har tatt. Og de er veldig klar over risikoen. Det at de legger ut på den reisen over Middelhavet er for dem en flukt hvor de er villige til å godta risikoen ved at de muligens dør før de når Italia.
There are 74 places in the center, and most of the people who are living here are actually from West Africa. That means Guinea, different Guineas, Ivory Coast, Gambia, and there are some guys from Bangladesh, and just a couple from Palestine. This shelter is actually first welcome. That means that the guests arrive here directly from the boarding areas, from Pozzallo mainly. So once they arrive here, we first give them some clothes, new clothes, and all they need for their hygienic needs. And we take care of presenting their application for asylum. In Pozzallo, they do a general screening for health. Of course, sometimes people, I said 2-3 days, but sometimes it's longer, because sometimes people are taken straight to hospital from the place they debarked. Very often what happens is that they have, like this guy had a gunshot, they have something before leaving that is even more difficult to take care of, because they carried it through the travel. But in general, they are in a good state of health, because most of the people are young, and so their immunitary system is still strong.
So how long have you been working in the kitchen?
Yeah, it's almost 1 year, 6 months now.
So you're almost a trained chef now?
Of course, I have a lot of experience, because it's like I got experience in European food also. I now know how to cook pasta, how to prepare pizza, and how to make other Italian foods as well.
But you also work here in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, I work in the afternoon in the kitchen when I'm going to finish in the morning. So I came around 3 up to 8, 9 hours in the kitchen.
Yes, after working in the kitchen, I have other works outside, like helping people for translation when they want to speak with our caregivers. Language barriers, most of them cannot speak Italian, and then for me, I can express myself a little bit in it. I have understanding with Italians. So if my colleagues want to talk to them, you know, and there was kind of language barrier, I help them.
Because I just try to cope with everything, but it's not easy for somebody like me too. It's not easy for me because of I'm thinking about my family, thinking about friends. So it's a big tax for me. So I just have to try to keep on life going. You see, when I came to Italy, I just base up how to get work, how to help my family, how to help my friends.
The greatest dissatisfaction is the waiting. Everybody wants to start a new life, to have a work, to have a job, to maybe reunite with a family, and so the dissatisfaction is mainly connected to the waiting.
Yeah, this one is African food. We call it Drømmen. Drømmen, other call it Domoda. It's made out of ground butter. And then you have some meats in it, and other vegetables like onion, carrot, and potato. It's very delicious. Yeah, if you try it, you will like it. Yeah, it's a Muslim feast. We call it korite in our own language, but in Arabic we call it Eid. Yeah, after fasting, you know, Muslim, we normally fast every year, once a month, 30 days. And at the end of the fast, we call this festival a feast, whereby we all gather together, share happiness together, we greet each other, say hi to each other, we eat together. Everybody live in harmony and happiness. And after serving the food, when everybody eat, we will now continue with dancing. As you can see, music outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll continue dancing. And most of the music played, they are African music, so that we call our mind back to Africa.
Of course.
We feel home, you know, we feel so happy. We are in our local and traditional music. It gives us mind relax, everybody feel happy. As you can see the situation outside, everybody's happy, dancing, hugging each other. It's a sign of happiness.
No, when in Europe, for me, for my own side, I don't choose any job in Europe. I believe that when I'm in Europe, if I have any job to work just to sustain my life, I can work it. So I don't have to choose work on this. Any work I have in Europe, I can do it. So I don't have any work to choose this and this. Even if I have to sweep in the street or to clean a house, I can do any kind of job. That is what I believe. Because in Europe, I came to do some hard work, because I used to that in Africa. I used to that in Africa, so I just have to continue it. Then on the way to Gambia, I have one son there.
Oh, you have one son there?
Yeah, but I didn't have wife, I have one son, so I would like my son to come and be with me. So that is my big problem now. If my son can be with me, then I will live my life how I want it in Italy.
So how do you like it here in Ragusa?
Ragusa is nice because I don't have any problem with anybody. Nice with me, nice with the people, nice with the police, nice in the center. So I think that things is going nice with me. Yeah, it's my lovely boy.
And how old is he on that picture?
This now is just 10 years old.
Got married early last year.
And where did you get married?
In Nigeria. Yeah, we were both on the boat, but after they rescue us, so they took me and some people to hospital. So he was still there. So, but they take him to another place. He's in Livorno now. Well, I don't really know much to say. Just that since we came to Europe now, I've not seen him. I'm missing him. So I would like to be with him. So I'm just hope they do the transfer quick so that I will go and meet him. Yeah, I miss him too. I miss him a lot. Nurse is a profession I like. I would love to be a nurse because I like to save life. So nurse have to do with taking care of people, saving life, those who are in risk. Yeah, you have to do it. So I love saving life. I love the profession.
I'm a builder. Civil engineering ties, and specialize in ties and building, yeah. So I think if there is good job and, we are family. So with that job, we just know how we can take care of ourselves. If there's good job, we can stay. But if there is no job, I think we look for a better place for we to stay.
Do you have any thoughts of what kind of work you would like to have?
Yeah, I would like to base on my home business, do my own business on my behalf.
I think for me, as for my family, I'm the dream they are expecting to bring out good dreams. So I think if there is a better future for me order from home.
The Italians are doing well for rescuing thousands of lives in this Mediterranean Sea. And I really compliment them for that wonderful job they are doing. But I think the other European Union should consider the refugees that are in Italy and other parts of Europe. Why other countries are saying we are not going to accept refugees that are in Italy? And why Italy are accepting us? And they call themselves European Union. They are all in the European Union. Why this? We are humans. We have to be accepted by. We are not criminal of them. And the worst part of this thing, most of these refugees that are entering, are forced by civil war or serious poverty and other things. So you cannot view those guys as criminals. Somebody who was, moved out from his country. There's no place like homeland. I love to be with my family. I love to be in my country. But if you see a sacrifice came through this risky journey, there must be a genuine reason behind it. Understand? And they should understand the situation as well. Yeah. Not everyone is looking for greener pasture or better life to live. No. Most of the this is the concept they have. Yeah, most of these refugees, they are looking for good job, good place to live, good place. No. Most of the people are really in a bad situation in their country of origin. So if they came out, enter in Europe, they should be treated like humans. They should be treated, care must be given to them.